Okay, so if you're in the AI space at all, you've seen the name OpenClaw just about everywhere. It's this tool that's kicking up a ton of excitement, but also a whole lot of fear. So what's the real story here? We're going to break it all down, what OpenClaw is, why it's such a game changer, and honestly, why you should probably be paying very close attention.
So, what's with all the hype? Well, let's just start with a number, 308,000. That's how many stars OpenClaw has on GitHub. Now, to give you some idea of what that means, that's more than the Linux kernel. Yeah, the actual Linux kernel. This is not some little niche tool. This is an absolute phenomenon.
But, with that kind of popularity, you get some really strong reactions. Take it from tech influencer Network Chuck, who said, "This software is the reason AI has been stressing me out so much." So what is going on here? Why is a tool that everyone's flocking to also causing so much anxiety? To get that, you first have to see what this thing can do.
And this is where it starts to feel a little bit like magic. Let's say you wanted to build a custom news aggregator. Before, that was a huge pain. You're talking hours of coding, messing with complex nodes, Python scripts, the whole deal. With OpenClaw, you write one sentence, and it's done, in seconds. That is a wild leap in power and accessibility, and it's exactly why people are so excited.
But here's the #1 thing a lot of people get wrong. OpenClaw is not a new AI. It's not a model. It doesn't have its own brain. The best way to think about it is like a gateway, or maybe a harness. It's a framework that lets you grab different AI technologies, plug them together, and get them to work in powerful new ways.
So how does that harness actually work? Well, it's all built on these 4 pillars. First, you've got the AI model. That's the brain, right? Like something from OpenAI or Anthropic. Second, the channels. That's just how you talk to it, maybe through Slack or Telegram. Third, memory, which is how it actually remembers your conversations and learns. And finally, number 4, tools. This is where it gets crazy, because this is how OpenClaw can actually do things on your computer.
Now, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds like you're building some kind of mysterious, uncontrollable AI black box. But, interestingly enough, the whole idea behind OpenClaw is the complete opposite. It's designed to keep you, the user, in total control of your AI agent and what it's doing.
And here's the proof of that. The agent's entire mind, its personality, its memories, its core identity, it's all stored in simple text files. You can literally open a file called soul.md and just edit its digital soul. That is a mind-blowing level of transparency and control.
But you know what they say, with great power comes great responsibility. And that same level of control that makes OpenClaw so amazing also opens up some pretty serious security risks. Like Network Chuck said, if you're not careful, you're a walking, talking CVE, a human-sized security vulnerability.
And what are we talking about here? Well, the risks are very, very real. You can download third-party skills that might have malware hidden inside. The system can be tricked by prompt injection, where someone could fool your agent into doing something nasty. And because it can access your computer's command line, it could just accidentally run a command that wrecks your whole system. You are basically handing an AI the keys to your entire digital kingdom.
And look, this is not some far-off theoretical threat. A security audit of the skills you can download found that a shocking 12% of them had malware. Let that sink in. About 1 in every 8 skills you might download could be a Trojan horse just waiting to mess up your system.
Okay, so with that kind of incredible power on one hand and that kind of terrifying risk on the other, it really makes you ask the question, what is the real point of OpenClaw? Is it just a cool but incredibly dangerous toy?
This right here is the key. The real power of OpenClaw might not be what you first think. The expectation for a lot of people is to build one all-powerful Jarvis-style assistant. But the reality, where this tool truly shines, is in building an entire army of smaller, specialized agents, where each one has a very specific job to do.
Let me give you some examples, because this is where it gets fun. Instead of one assistant, imagine you build an entire virtual IT department. You have a CTO agent who then delegates tasks to a network engineer agent and a storage engineer agent. Or what about a personal assistant that's fluent in Japanese, whose only job is to get you reservations at exclusive restaurants in Tokyo? You could even make a personal trainer with the personality of Arnold Schwarzenegger to yell at you to get to the gym. The possibilities are just endless.
And that's really the big question that a tool like OpenClaw puts right in front of us. We're not just using AI anymore. We're starting to build it, crafting its soul, its skills, its purpose. So, is this it?
Is this the future of personal AI? A world where each of us has our own custom-built team of specialized agents, all working for us 24/7? How we answer that is probably going to shape, well, everything.